TIFU by owning a golden retriever while being black. Work was rough today and all I wanted to do afterward was to sit on the couch and let the TV watch me while eating food not cooked by my own hands. The answer to that? Delivery. Food ordered. I let the dog into the yard to burn some energy and sat camped outside with him while waiting for the delivery. DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber and everyone other than Jehovah's Witnesses has trouble locating my address strictly relying on GPS, so it's nothing for me to post up and wait outside for when they are close, flag them down and go back inside for a contactless drop-off. Pertinent details before shit hits the fan. My neighbor and I share a fence with a doggy door as our pups are super close, and you can bet each time that if my dog is outside, hers will follow for cross-yard playtime. This was the case today and probably bad judgment on my part to think that I would be able to break up the fun quickly. Both dogs were in the neighbor's yard at the time the notification came through that the driver was pulling up, and I had to call out a few times to get my dog's attention. Neighbor thankfully whistled for her dog and I had to put on the voice for mine to acknowledge I existed, and then took off running for my door while waving to the driver who by this point was getting out of the car. Pup and I have a game called Runaway where I will take off yelling, "Run away!" and literally he will chase after me like some human-sized fetch stick. I used this to my advantage until he realized I was putting him inside, but managed to get him through the storm door and close the screen before he could run out. Then realized that I'd left the gate locked like an idiot with the driver standing right outside by this point. I didn't have a mask on at this point and neither did she, so I yelled from the porch that she could leave the food by the mailbox, and that is where the fun started. "Is that your dog?" My bullshit meter didn't go off. I thought she was asking a question with an obvious answer because duh. She was a dog person, so I engaged with dog owner gushiness. "Yes. Blah, blah, blah. His name is XYZ. Wanna say hi? I'll be nice because you brought my food." But she just stood there awkwardly for a moment, put the food down and quickly jumped back into her car. In my mind I was like, okay, weird, but whatever. Snatched the food and went back inside. Went to wash my hands, and from the kitchen window, I can see the full street where she is still parked outside. Thinking, okay, weird. Again, but didn't dwell on it too much, figuring that she was looking at the route to her next location. I went about my business of preparing to destroy my meal. Few minutes later, the dog begins barking manically at the door. I take a glance at the cameras and realize she is still out front, parked directly in front of my mailbox. Okay? What's going on here? I go outside and try to get her attention, but she is on the phone and doesn't notice me. I walk up like I'm going to check the mail and she does pull off, but towards the back of the neighborhood that only has one way in and one way out. Lots of people make that mistake, and so you'll quickly see cars turning back around, but she never came back. By this time, I think I'm losing my mind, so I go back in, but still watching the street for the car to pass. It never does. I don't know, people are weird, so I just left it at that and went back to eat. About 10 minutes later, dog starts going ham at the door, so I check the cameras to see 2 police cars sitting outside my house. I continue to watch the cameras, realizing that yup, the cops are getting out of the car and walking back and forth in front of mine and neighbors' yards. I go out to see if anything is wrong, and they introduce themselves before saying they were called because a stolen golden retriever was reported at my address and if there was a dog in the home. It clicked that driver had called the police and then explained my version of what happened. They were really respectful and apologetic, but asked if I could get Sir Pup. I went ahead and opened the door for the dog, who took off, ready to greet the new faces outside. His collar has tags matching the address with my name and phone number on it in case he was ever lost or stolen, which was proof enough for them, as it was obvious that they wanted to get this over as fast as possible. No hard feelings on either side. We were all walking away when driver's car slowly comes creeping from the back of the neighborhood. I yelled out to them that the lady was right there, and they positioned themselves in front of her car in a way she would have to stop and speak with them. I don't know if this lady was drunk or off her meds, but she rolled down the window and was literally sobbing hysterically that she saw me take the dog from the neighbor's yard, that animals get no justice, and the icing on the cake? My kind only owns pit bulls and Rottweilers. There was no way he was mine and needed to be protected. I honestly did not want to deal with that mess, so sorry guys. This isn't a tale of revenge. I went back inside and stayed the fuck on my couch. My day was already shitty. Everyone left a few minutes after that, so I assume she got a warning. However, I did report the incident to the delivery service and was offered credits towards my next meal. I splurged that on a bakery and now I'm currently fucking up a slice of carrot cake. Grateful it didn't end worse. TL. Doctor ordered food. Racist delivery person thought I stole my own golden retriever and had a breakdown when I didn't get carted off in handcuffs. Didn't get shot but got cake in the end. Edit. Wow, Reddit. Waking up to the massive amounts of love and well wishes was amazing. Thank you so much for your kind words. I am going to do my best and go through every comment and private message. I wish I could share this cake with all of you. Carrot cake lovers unite. Happy to share this pile of awards with other great posts and comments. Taking the sound advice to keep a close eye on the dog when he goes out. We'll also share with neighbor just in case. My husband did agree with many of you to seek further action against the delivery driver, but I'm pretty torn on whether to do so. Things are hard out here for all of us, including the less savory members of our community, but I will take the day to think on the next steps. I appreciate the sub this was posting to for restoring it after being removed. I apologize that this topic bent the rules and didn't think 100% before submitting. This was a way to vent. Thank you for allowing this to be a place of dialogue. Stay classy, everyone. There seems to be weird stereotype that black, or Latino or Asian, people don't love their dogs just as much as white people do. Not everyone loves dogs, but if dogs are meant to be in your life, they truly transcend human binary, and it doesn't matter what your background is. You love your dog passionately and would do anything for them and spoil them like a baby. A black man caring for a blonde dog? What is this nonsense? When I was a kid, a black teenager was looking for his dog. He was almost in tears, so I helped him find it. The dog was purebred poodle. Apparently it was his dad's loyal fowl hunting hound. Wasn't used to the suburban setting. Apparently the family was from the rural south and had to move for economic reasons. Okay, seriously, if you were going to steal a dog, why would you steal your neighbor's dog? Like they wouldn't notice you suddenly had a golden retriever that looked exactly like their golden retriever and seemed to recognize them? I'm sorry that the most stupid people also tend to be the most racist. Why do all these people sound so unhinged as well? Like what sort of logic says to her that her interpretation, which is stuck together with bits of kids' glue and is in complete disarray, is correct? Like even the briefest bit of mulling on it would indicate it's a stupid thought. I genuinely can't fathom these people. What says to you that someone out for a jog has stolen something? What says to you that a person in a nice car must have stolen that car? All of these things are huge leaps in logic. Also WTF, if you waste police time you should be getting a big fucking fine. Definitely got to second that. We live way out in the country where people dump dogs to go be free, so we have had worked with several local rescues. While most are staffed with amazing people, I have run into a few that won't take no for an answer. One lady gets pretty wrapped up in it, and while she has been amazing for helping us find homes or rescues for all the strays that wander up, she has also had a few showdowns with the sheriff when he didn't seize a dog she felt was not in a good home. It recently came out that she will jump fences to steal dogs if she thinks it's necessary. Maybe I am a bit paranoid, but I would have followed through with the police and the delivery app all the way to get the person's name and everything. She already have your address and in her mind you stole that dog. I mean, she can try to steal it and you know golden retrievers will go out with just about anyone. Maybe an official complaint with the police might be in order. I'm just paranoid with pets, man. Sorry if I give you something else to worry in your already shitty day. Everyone knows the best way to engage in high-profile dog crime is to move next to the dog you want to steal, live there for a long time, and then take the dog. But make sure there's a witness, and also that the person you stole the dog from is right next door so they can see you enjoying life with your new pet. Also, guys, cheesecake is better, okay? I'm sorry, I know this is controversial. Hilarious writing, but also a sad sign of the times. You're an awesome pet owner. Lord knows I don't have the energy for a golden retriever, and anyone who does is a straight-up saint in my book. Amazing dogs, insane energy. You definitely deserve cake after that. The classy, and dilligaff, way you handled that makes proud. Hats off, and thanks for the laugh. My neighbor called the cops on me once because my wife was leaving the house and my 1-year-old son was screaming help in hopes of getting out of the high chair and going with her. 5 to 6 cars showed up and just as many cops approached with their hands on tasers when I came out to see what was up. I was also holding my son, and after describing what happened and inviting them in, they verbally facepalmed and left. One unmarked car stayed down the street trying to be stealthy, but we went back to Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Saw Karen from next door talk to them by the street after. What confused me was that all of them looked ready to deploy tasers on a guy holding a small child. Disclaimer. Not a minority.